Inventure has given me so much. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Inventure. I think it's made me who I am as a person. Inventure's core values shape a lot of my personal beliefs as well. And the teachers itself set me up for having the best possible chances in college. When I think about my time now, just finishing my first year, if it wasn't for the subjects I'd taken, if it wasn't for the way I was taught to write or to think, I'd be having a more difficult time in college. And I think Inventure really set me up for success, and telling students how to take opportunities that Inventure gives you and maximize them is a great chance to give back to this community that has given me so much.
For the students, there's a bit of awe, They look up to their seniors, and especially when they graduated, they're out there in the world, they've made a choice of college, they've got into college, and some of them who come are in industry, they're professionals already. So I think it's a very powerful way of figuring out how things work in the world by talking to people who are just a few years ahead of you, have been through it, and still remember enough to be able to share the journey.
I will say when I was applying, the whole college application process was kind of terrifying. From when you don't know what you want to do, and when you don't know exactly what the application process looks like, it can be difficult to get mentorship. And I think I found I was lucky. I had people who mentored me, people who spoke to me and guided me through the process, and I think I kind of want to do that for other people.
Everything about the Inventure experience kind of simulates to a certain extent the college experience while also providing the best parts of home. So without Inventure, I don't think I would be where I currently am.
I think one thing that was lacking in my journey was the jump from college to the professional life. College does not equip you in any way to handle what professional design actually is, and that jump was kind of missing. So hopefully I aim to sort of enlighten people on that area. For example, college doesn't teach you how deeply design and business are intertwined. So it's not just about making pretty objects, but they actually they are for purpose driven. They have to sell, they have to solve a problem.
From the alum's point of view, I think it's also very satisfying, because you're looking back and you're saying, see how far I've come. And you're saying, I have some value also. Why can't other people learn from my experiences? You have stories, and I think that's such a powerful medium. So I hope that we can really strengthen this student-alumni kind of bond through the years. I mean, whether you're in college or whether you're working.
So if I had a chance to talk to my younger self, I would say, push yourself to speak out more, get in front of an audience, do public speaking, do months, things like that, because it helps you become way more confident than at least I was.
There's a lot out there, and Inventure shows you everything that's out there. I mean everything. You can see all these directions that alumni have gone in, and then you have to decide what you're passionate about, what you want to do, and that can be really, really hard, especially in 9th and 10th grade. I know it was for me.
Maybe a little bit cliched, but I think encouraging people not to be influenced too much by outside expectations of what they want to do with their lives. It's always good to surround yourself with people who care about you, but I think at the end of the day, it's your decision to decide what you want to do with your career. And I think for me, so I'm studying history and literature at Stanford, and that's not necessarily the most common major here, especially. I think a lot of people here, we have a lot of diversity here more than most schools, I think, but it's still, I think, sort of a somewhat niche interest. And I think I want to impart to people that, it's important that you take into consideration what other people want you to do with your life, but at the end of the day, I guess I would encourage agency.
And of course, he's my senior. I've looked up to him. I've known him for a long time because I've been in Inventure for a lot. So it's just an enlightening experience to see his journey and to see what he's doing right now.
My top 3 learnings are: you can do what you want to do. You can always change up what you want to do if that's not what you chose in the first place. People always do that. People don't know exactly what they want to do the first time they chose it.
Yeah, experiment as much as you can to figure out what really tickles your fancy, and that will automatically give you that drive and motivation to keep at it and to eventually become really good at it and then make a career out of it.
Going to a new country, going to meeting new people is scary, but I guess the advice I would give to people who are about to leave the bubble is you have to have a strong sense of self and a strong sense of what you bring. You don't always have to be, influenced by. You're going to meet 1,000 different people. You're going to meet people who you think are cooler than you, smarter than you, more handsome than you, blah blah blah. The list goes on, and you just meet people who, if you start comparing yourself to other people, I think you are going to find yourself wanting.
I think it's again, Inventure values at work. How these kids have hard work, integrity, that passion for excellence, how they have discovered their individuality. Maybe they'll bring back stories of how they work in teams or groups. How do you make friends in college? How do you survive? How do you manage your money? Somebody might say, okay, you better learn cooking before you go off, etc. So I think it's win-win for both sides, for the alums who are coming back as well as for our students.
Don't stress out about the process. It all works out in the end. I think that's something I needed to hear a lot during my 11th and 12th grade.
I'm kind of an introvert, so I really want to learn how to have conversations or like public speaking. I feel like you need to make connections in the world to like get ahead, and I need to learn how to do that. I like to stay in my comfort zone. I want to try and get out of my comfort zone.
Also, that there is no college that is looking for duplicates of students they have. You are who you are, and displaying passion and being passionate about something is what colleges look for. And I want students to know that what they're doing is more than okay, and there is a place for them if that's what they're looking for.
Then there's that whole thing of networking also, where they can advise, mentor students on careers or what's a good company to work for, or what kind of a field do you want to get into.
I feel alumni are somewhat like cheat codes, like hacks, because it's where you would see yourself in 5 years, 6 years if you'd want to change anything.
One thing that my family has always emphasized, and I think Inventure really emphasizes, is that wherever you end up, you can make that place your own. And you have a right to be where you are. And remembering that is just so important.
It does feel validating to know that, you think about the light at the end of the tunnel when you're in school, and am I gonna, and it's not just about getting into college, but am I gonna be a good person? Am I gonna grow up the way my parents want me to? And I think things like that, when you come back and you see the person you were and the person you are now, it is satisfying.
It's crucial that we connect, because I think the paradox of social media and being in such a connected world is also that people are so lonely. People are so alone. And I want this alumni connection, this community of Inventure to transcend that. This should be that, that those arms waiting to hug you, or that give you the comfort or the help or just the love that you need.